Hello again. Thank you for joining me for another installment of the Quality and Practice Minute. In this installment of the Quality and Practice Minute, I'm going to continue my discussion of cost of quality. I'll review what we talked about last time. In the last segment, we talked about there being an inherent struggle between quality and manufacturing in various industries that I've been in over the years. Cost of quality is a way to be the translator and get people on the same page about that inherent conflict and have a common understanding and common decision making about how to address those conflict issues between quality and manufacturing, where quality is interested in preventing defects and variation from getting to the customer, and manufacturing is primarily interested in producing and shipping as much product as is necessary to meet customer demand. So in this edition of the Quality and Practice Minute, we'll deep dive on prevention. So as you can see here in this chart, cost of quality is broken down into two subcategories: cost of poor quality, which are failure costs, which we'll cover in future installments, and then cost of good quality. And the subcategories of good quality costs are appraisal costs, which we'll cover in the next segment, and then prevention costs, which we're going to talk about here today. The underlying economics of the cost of quality, as you may remember from last time, are that the cost of defects are significantly higher than the cost of preventing them when all costs are considered. There are two primary cost of quality models. There's the economic conformance model, which says generally that there is an economic conformance level beyond which additional prevention doesn't make economic sense. And then there's the cost of the quality is free perspective that was proposed by Philip Crosby in 1978, which says that when all costs are considered, failure costs and prevention costs can never intersect in the model. Costs of defects found at the customer are highest of all because all possible costs have been incurred. So if we think about that from a supply chain perspective, we've purchased the material, we've stored the material, we've processed the material into product, we've inspected that product at its various points along the production path. We've packaged that product, we've stored that product awaiting shipment, we've arranged for and provided shipment of that product to the customer. Then a defect is found and all of those costs have already been incurred, and now will occur additional costs to mitigate that defect or make the customer whole or get them back to normal operations or whatever the case may be for the defect that has been found. So today we're going to talk about prevention costs on the good side of quality. So in general, prevention costs are those things associated with what we do in our business to prevent defects from occurring and prevent defects from getting to the customer. So a couple of examples of what would be typical prevention costs are preventive actions that are derived from customer complaints or other failures in similar process. One simple question represents the potential here. If X problem happened in this process, so let's say we had a customer complaint about a specific product that was produced in a specific plant on a specific production line, day, week, etc. And that defect happened and got shipped to the customer. We ask ourselves the question, if that happened in this process, what are the other processes where something similar to that defect could occur? And if we apply the corrective action from that found defect to the other processes where it could potentially occur, those are preventive actions. And those are costs that are rightly categorized as prevention costs. Some other things that are typically considered as prevention costs are poka-yokes or mistake proofs, SMEDs, FMEA-derived actions, among other things. There's many other things that could be considered as preventive action depending on the business, the particulars of the business. If this subject is interesting to you and you want to learn more, you can take my short lesson on cost equality through my on-demand content link on the website, qualityandpractice.solutions. For more details, or reach out to us for a chat so we can see how we might be able to help you on your journey, contact us at info@qualityandpractice.solutions. Thank you for joining me today for this Quality and Practice Minute. We'll see you next time.